Hello everybody, Adrian here from North Dakota Car Guy. Today I'm going to be showing you guys how to install tension bars onto your big spoiler setup. Stay tuned. So the first thing we need to look at is how exactly you're going to utilize tension bars on your spoiler and if you need them. For my application, since my spoiler is already mounted pretty sturdy going linear to the car, there's not really any like back pressure. If I pull the wing back, we have a little bit of play, but nothing that's actually going to cause a problem. Now the thing that does cause a little bit of a problem is when I push it side to side like so. You can see we've got a little bit of side-to-side play. Now, even though it's super rigid, in all reality, you probably don't even need tension bars in a setup like this. I just want to do it for that extra security and because it looks cool, so you know. If you have something like a chassis mount wing where it's mounted way down here and it comes up, then you might want to look at getting a tension to basically come from over here and then coming down so they don't have to worry about your wing going forward and back like so, but for my application, I don't have to worry about that. So once you get a general idea of how you want your tension bars to function on your spoiler, if you want to do across or both ways, then you need to figure out, well, where are we going to bolt it up to? For me, I'm going to bolt it up to this back bolt here, and then we're going to go across all the way to this factory hole here where I had my Turbo 2 wing. And then we'll do the same from over here where I've already got one, and we're gonna go across to there, making an X pattern, making everything equal, and hopefully looking sick. And this is gonna be everything I'm gonna be using for my tension cable setup. For the wire, I'm gonna be using, I believe this is like a 1.5 to 2 millimeter thickness, not very thick, and it doesn't need to be anything like 2.5 millimeters down to like 1.5 millimeters should be plenty enough. Then you're gonna need some quick links along with a eye bolt and some nuts to go with it, and then an eye bolt to eye bolt adjuster here, and this is what we're gonna use to adjust our tension. And then for our cable to make some little links, we're gonna go ahead and get some of these crushers. I'll go into full detail on how to use, because then what we'll do is we'll make a system similar to this to have everything linked up. That way if we need to take something off, we can just take these out. Now a lot of this stuff is not very big. As you can see, these are a little bit in a bigger size so that we get the right size hole so that we don't have any play in anything. But everything else does not actually need to be super big, because remember, this is just a tension rod. This is not going to be like actual support of the downforce. If we were going to be making a connection similar to like up here and coming down like this, if we had like a chassis mount wing, then your stuff's going to need to be a little bit stronger. But for our application, just going in across like that will be perfect. All of this can be found at your local hardware store. I found all of this at Max Hardware, and I'm not sponsored. So with all that said, let's go ahead and start mounting all of our eye bolts. Alright, for our first eye bolt, we're simply just going to put it right in our spoiler bracket, and then put the nut on the other side. And then for our second eye bolts, it's pretty simple enough. We'll just stick one in that hole, stick one in this hole, and then I have our quick links already set up on these guys, and I also have some washers set up to help with some of the support. Then we'll simply take our nut and place it underneath, just like that, and there we go. Simple as that. Once you have your eye bolt on your spoiler and your eye bolt on your frame or the body or wherever you want to mount it, let's go ahead and mount our quick link. Alright, and then before you install your tensioner, make sure that you unscrew these out a little ways and equal length, so that when we put our wire through here, we can actually go ahead and tighten it, making our whole system nice and tight. You don't want to have it all the way down and then do it, because then you won't have any more room to actually tighten it. So we'll throw that on like that. And now we are good to set up our wire. All right, next let's get our Dremel, our cutting bit on it. Got our nice piece there. We'll fit one side of it in. Then we will loop it back like so. So now we have our loop here, and next we need to crimp this guy down. We have our first piece crimped off. Perfect. Nice and strong. All right, so we will take the side that we just made and hook it on this side, across, and pull it all the way through like so that we can get our smallest size, pinch it off, and then we need to save our little measurement right here. I'll use my Sharpie here. I'm gonna pull it, across. Alright, so we need to take our piece, put it through our first hole, and then, so you can see, so we got this piece through first, then we add this guy through it, like so, like that. Check that out. Alright, there is our first loop. Let's make sure it all fits. We'll get our one side in here. Put this all the way up to here. And boom. Check it out. There is tension rod number 1. Cool.